What is up, guys? You're tuning into this Okiru podcast. I'm your co-host, Jasper, and we thank you so much for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoy this episode. Make sure to follow us on our socials at okiru.apparel on Instagram, Okiru on Facebook, Okiru on YouTube, and also Okiru on major platforms such as Spotify and Apple Music. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. We hope you enjoy.
Okiru.
Alright. But yeah, so you guys just graduated your degree. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. How many years was your degree?
Like
It was 2 years,
Yeah.
for the bachelor. Yeah.
That's
It's really
awesome.
quick, but because we did trimesters, so it flew by so quick.
Yeah.
Felt like a decade because you got like assignment after assignment that's due.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for the audience, what did you guys study? Or what did you guys study? What's
You guys forgot already.
We're doing fashion marketing. So Bachelor of Applied Business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Major fashion market.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So what's the feeling now that you're out of uni and you don't have to wake up and be like, oh man, I gotta go to class, or I have an assignment due, like you guys were mentioning before. It feels different.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all are dragging me to like sleep for long, so I get that opportunity kind of. But I don't know, I've just been making bread, just going to work all the time.
That's it.
I don't know, it just never stops.
That's it. It never stops, right? It
Yeah.
never stops. People think that once you reach this goal, it's like that's the end, right?
Yeah.
I want to get this career, I want to get X amount, but then you realize that's the next chapter. What's next? So what's next for you guys?
Well, honestly, after graduating, there's so much like relief. Like I just feel so good about it. But now I think what I'm focusing on personally is finding a job related to like my field. So like just getting a new position as an assistant manager for a fashion company it's a good start.
Yeah.
And hopefully it could lead to baby steps, and hopefully I don't know, maybe I can grab another job like in the support office or something.
Yeah.
So just building like just gradually like working my way up. But yeah, whatever comes my way, I'm open to taking it.
Yeah.
So it's just about like putting myself out there and finding jobs that are related to my field. So that's that way like my degree was useful in that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You really got to take those risks. And like you said, you're working for a fashion company right now.
Yeah.
And if you look at a lot of times, like any company usually likes to hire internally. And I was listening to about this story about an entrepreneur, right? He started from the very bottom. He started as a janitor and he worked his way up to becoming the CEO of the company,
Wow.
right? It's about your initiative and the connections you make and actually taking risks. And this guy, like if you hear his story, I forgot who it was. If I find out, I'll let you guys know. And you can see the process he took, but it was a lot of hard work and talking to the right people.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like you guys are still young. Like, man, take risks. Like, just go for it. Go for it.
Yeah.
Like, life's too short to play it safe.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
I think it's really important just putting yourself out there and just saying yes to everything. Like for me, I find that I do well when I always just say yes. Like it keeps myself busy and I like that. It just, it's good on your resume. Anything you do, like internships,
that's it.
like this.
Yeah.
Working as a volunteer as well, like just putting yourself out there, doing, even if it's not paid, like it's all good. It's good experience. Yeah.
Exactly.
For sure.
What about you, Zujin?
I've been being very creative as of late. Like I've gone through like a pile of like my old clothing and I've been making upcycled clothing.
Ooh, nice.
So hopefully I can get like a business out, maybe start through Depop. Like again, like with what Kayla said, just taking baby steps, because I only know the basics. Like maybe in the future I could go to like sewing classes and all that, just to really be better at upcycling and making clothes.
Right.
It's just about gradually starting. Like even if you don't know everything, it's good to start somewhere. That way it's not like
Exactly.
Yeah.
oh, I haven't done this yet, like why should I do it? Like it's good to start somewhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
And once you start as well, it could lead to something that you didn't even think that you're going to go to. Something even better than you actually thought. You're like, oh, wow.
Yeah. Like I applied for a sales assistant at the company that I work at, and it, like they offered me an assistant manager position because I did so good in my interview. So that just like for me, it just shows like what I'm capable of.
That's
So
incredible.
you don't, just saying yes to anything, just trying anything, even though
Exactly.
you might think, oh, they're not going to hire me.
Yeah.
It's just about putting yourself out there because you surprise yourself all the time.
I
Yeah.
relate to that so much. That was me with like JD Sports, because originally I thought Nike was gonna be that opportunity for me, but then when I didn't get Nike, JD Sports came around and it was only a Christmas casual job. I was like, yeah, well, I'll just be here for a little bit, but I didn't know the connections I'll make and how cool it is to work at the city. Like basically my job, I kind of exposed my you gotta edit that out. So me working at my new job, you know, it's definitely a blessing because I'm living the dream of working at the city, and plus I have this family of people that I really care about and do the utmost for them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Be there 24/7, you know, taking shifts left and right, be here to save the day. Like how I applied, I was like, during the interview process, I wrote a rap and I was like, I'm here to save my brothers and sisters from the struggle. And I'm here, I'm actually keeping my word.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah.
You in the interview or in the podcast we had when you jumped in, we talked about that, you know, being an Asian in a creative, you know, industry and pursuing that. What was that like for you guys? If you want to unpack that a little bit more, only if you're comfortable with it.
I just think just putting your visions to life is basically how I find my inspiration. And in terms of being an Asian, trying to have that creative outlet, you basically, it's pretty easy because you use your experience and your culture and all that. I think it's beautiful to blend your style with the cultures you've basically grown up in. Just to fuse that, you know, it tells a story, plus it tells who you are as well. So that's what I try to do when it comes to doing creative things like making clothes or doing photo shoots, coming up with concepts. Basically, all that is rooted from basically your imagination and the things that you've grown up with.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah, I think Asian infuse like creativeness. Just it's interesting. Like it's interesting to see. Like I know it's a competitive field, but you surprise yourself with what you can do. Like if you put yourself out there and you believe you can do it, just because you're Asian and you know you feel like you're at a disadvantage or whatever. Like you never know unless you try.
100%.
It's a good industry though. Yeah,
it is. It is.
There's always new innovative things that are coming up. Yeah,
exactly.
Just gotta think beyond the limits.
Right.
Honestly.
Exactly. So was there any pushback pursuing that as opposed to the Asian prophecy of, you know, getting the standard job that our parents want us to get, you know, job security? Was there any or not?
I mentioned on the last time I was here about pursuing law. I don't know if you would have thought about that, you know? Zujin doing law. But yeah, I'm pretty good at arguing. But yeah, the reason why I wanted to pursue it at first, because it was a goal of mine. It was something that I stood for. I've dealt with a lot of things in the past where I'm not able to get justice for myself, but being able to bring justice for other people, like it'll mean the world to me, but that can come later in life. Fashion to me was something that made me happy. I'd rather do a degree that makes me happy, something I'm passionate in at this age, and then having a law degree later in life. So you're never too late to do those opportunities and to do your aspirations.
That's good.
Yeah. With my upbringing, my parents have always just been so like, they believe like they're just so trustworthy with me. They believe in anything that I choose. They didn't career-wise, they didn't really set out a career like of what they wanted me to be in. It's just it was always up to me because they know who I am. I'm very independent. I'm very picky with things as well. It's like if you want me to be a nurse, they know they're not gonna. They know I won't be a nurse if I don't want to do it. No, ever since because they know I've liked fashion my whole since I was a little girl. So they already knew that they knew I'd end up in the fashion industry. So you know they just whatever decision I make, they're so supportive about it. Even if I just I don't know, maybe in 5 years' time I choose law or something, they'll still be there to support me. So even if you don't have that support with your family, I think just believing in what you can do and what you're capable of is really important, because
She's definitely
I know people who do careers based on what their parents want them to do, but and they pursue that in uni, but then they end up wasting 3 or 4 years of their lives because they're doing it for their parents and not for themselves. And it's just okay, you can make the money being a law student or whatever, but your mental health just comes first. If you're not happy, you're not happy.
Exactly.
Money obviously can't buy happiness.
Because that's similar to my situation. When I told them I was going to do law, like I mentioned before, when I told them that I was going to do law, they were happy. And then when I changed up. I was like, I'm doing fashion now, y'all. They were like, what the heck? Yeah. Like, what kind of money are you going to bring in? Right. You're not guaranteed a career or whatever. But like I said before, that I was very passionate about it, and I was literally showing them what I've been doing, and they were like, damn, he's taking it seriously. Yeah.
What are some of the things that you did to show your parents that you were passionate about this? And
showing my assignments, like especially with the CAD designs, me designing the clothes digitally, and the photo shoots, what I've been doing and stuff. They were like, okay, this is a full-time serious thing. And my commitment to working endless hours on these assignments, morning to night, and sacrificing everything, not going out just for these assignments. They saw my dedication, and they were like, yeah, I mean, if you are passionate about this, if you have this dedication, then we believe in you.
I think for me, it was showing off my grades, saying, oh my gosh, I got a high distinction on this. I'm doing so well in uni. If they can see you're doing well, then they know that you're happy and you are dedicated to what you're doing. And also, I think, because I'm always busy, right? I'm always like volunteering, interning, like I'm always out doing something related to fashion. When they see like I'm out of the house, doing something related to fashion, that's how they know, like, oh, she's being really serious about it. She's using all her time on it. I think, that just proves that you're really dedicated to what you're doing.
But also, you shouldn't even prove your dedication or passion to your parents. You should prove it. You should prove it to yourself. Doing it for you.
Exactly. Right. And it's when you take it seriously, then people will take you seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have to you show out through, like what you said, that I'm doing this for me, no one else. And then that's when you earn that respect, because you're not doing it for that external gratification. It's just for, this is what I'm doing, right?
Yourself.
Did you guys always, you guys said you want to be in fashion. Did you always imagine it to be in marketing, or did you imagine it to be elsewhere in that industry?
Honestly, I wanted to be a fashion designer,
Really?
but I cannot draw.
Same.
But apparently you don't even need to know how to draw.
No, not really.
Especially with technology, you don't need to know how to draw. But anyways, no, I think because I'm a good talker, especially with retail. I personally find that I'm good at sales wise. I can do sales. So I think that's how I found marketing, and specifically fashion marketing. Also because I've loved studying business in high school. So when I saw that there was a course that provides both industries of fashion and the business industry, I thought that was perfect for me.
Nice.
Same here. But also I really want to experiment with different fields of fashion. Not just the business side, but also kind of the merchandising side, even designing side as well. Just like Kayla said before, just keep saying yes and keep volunteering yourself. I was doing Melbourne Fashion Week, oh my God, almost over 40 hours of that. But it didn't even feel like work to me, because, when you contribute to something that's so cool, like Melbourne Fashion Week, out of all things, you have that piece of the cake as well.
Definitely.
Your role is important. So that's all that matters to me. And plus, it'll look good on the resume. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Right? You're going to make it look good on the resume.
It's really inspiring listening to you, because you're both really young. I just remember myself at your age, I was just doing whatever, playing video games and stuff like that.
I can relate.
So for yourselves, how did you know at the very beginning? So you at the age you knew you wanted to be a fashion, get into fashion. How did you stick with that and know, okay, I'm going to stick with this? There's nothing, you didn't really diverge from that course.
Well, I think in high school with VCE, just studying science, math, and all that, they were not my strong subjects at all. So textiles was one of my subjects, and it was one of the best ones that I've really did well with grade wise. So that's how I sort of, because I personally thought that in high school, fashion's just a phase for me. I need to find a real job. But I think through studying VCE subjects in high school, that's how I found that, I'm actually like really good at fashion. I should just pursue it if I'm not enjoying math, science, psychology, anything, like religion or whatever. Textiles was a good subject for me to show that, I'm good at fashion. Yeah.
I don't know. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Okay, so back at high school, I was such a dumb bitch. I was doing one of every subject, honestly. I was doing subjects where it would just make my parents happy, but it didn't make them happy in the end because I was doing poorly on each of them. But fashion came to me because of the friends I was around. They were very stylish. They had their own personality and individuality. So I kind of tried to develop my own style, and it was basically a huge escapism for me, being able to just show off and express who I am through what I wear and stuff from inside and out. And I realized like, I want to do this, but also help others find their style, help find their individuality like it did for me. So, pretty much that's why I did fashion.
Going off that topic of individuality, like how would you, looking back on your past self now and who you are right now, what's the difference? Is there any changes? What's the growth that's happened? Has there been any growth?
There definitely is a growth. Compare me to 16-year-old Zujin. 16-year-old Zujin was Pat, and Pat wanted to fit in. And now at this age, I don't conform to any standards or whatever. Like I could dress feminine, I can dress masculine, but like it just defines me. I don't let other people tell me, oh, you shouldn't do this or that. I don't conform into any standards. I don't conform into society. Basically.
How did you find that confidence at such an early age?
Oh gosh. I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Ooh.
And
I didn't know that.
I know, people are shocked.
Damn.
And all these wrestlers have their own personalities.
Sorry, I reacted crazy there.
Put your phones on silent, please, as we are on the plane.
I did sorry.
It's all good. But yeah, like wrestlers have their own personalities and they're larger than life. I was like, I want to be like them. I want to have that individuality. I want to have that personality. Like no one's going to meet anyone like Zujin. No one's going to meet anyone like me. So I kind of, that's when I was going beyond the limits. I was like, okay, if I want to wear a crop top and show off my body, I mean, my body is not good despite what, my body's not up to society standard, but I'm going to show it off anyways. Who gives a shit?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. Just have confidence in
do
yourself.
it for you, don't do it for anyone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%.
What about you, Kayla?
I think my individuality. Making sure. I think my individuality comes from my youth group. I went when I was 15. Yeah, 15. I joined a youth group. So it was a Filipino Catholic youth group for everyone to join. It's also where I met my boyfriend.
Cute.
Yeah, we met under God.
Shout out to Kayla.
My youth group just really opened me. Like it made me build so much confidence. Seeing everyone do like talks about God and all that, it just made me like want to be up there on stage and talk about like my experiences of life and like being an inspiration to the younger community. So I think my youth group that I joined, it really helped me because I was really quiet. I think my youth group really just brought out my confidence. It helped so much. So my youth group, was definitely one of the main factors of me building my confidence. And so now I can actually say like I'm a confident person. And I think with fashion, it all just stems from like influences that I follow as well, and just taking inspiration from like not only influences but like I like to look at like the 1900s kind of fashion. Look at what they were wearing with pearls and all that. The 1920s. I like to just look at the past fashion trends and just combine it all and look at editorials. That's where my individuality comes from.
Nice. Well, I can see that vintage look is definitely come back. Like the baggy jeans, the dad shoes, like the olds. Like I got into New Balances recently because they look. I was like, man, these look so sick. Like the 550s.
The 550s.
Like, damn, these look so cool.
So badly.
Like the old basketball shoes, that style. That looks so sick. But yeah, like going back to that, I actually complete opposite. I'm actually finding my individuality like now and building that confidence now at such a older age compared to you guys. But on the flip side to Kayla, I was the opposite. Like I was in a group there, but I stepped away from that, and that allowed me to see who I could potentially be. I was, I found myself being limited to who I was. But we all have our own journeys, right? And I'm not taking away from these people. I'm just like saying this is the journey that I found for myself. And it takes a lot of courage to step out of something you've been in for your whole life, because the forces you have to fight within and externally are very, very heavy. And for some people who are in that situation where possibly they're still seeking that confidence and find their individuality, and they might not find it in specific groups, but they fear that of leaving. It's such a difficult thing to do, but it's a step into faith. Like that leap of faith we have to take, right? Like you guys did. Finding your individuality. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of confidence. But yeah.
Like each experience is not a one size fits all.
Exactly.
Like with my experience, like it shows me that I needed a community I needed people to like help build my confidence, and that's just how I developed my individuality.
It really depends on the environment and the people that you surround yourself with. There's a lot of people that can bring you down, and there's other people that can uplift you. And it's finding those right people that can uplift you that will build up your confidence.
You gotta give them middle finger if they're like, no, you can't do this or that. Like,
exactly right, man.
I tell them to go fuck themselves. Whatever. I'm still gonna prance around, skip around in whatever I wear.
Man, I love the confidence you guys have. Like what Gerald was saying, man, when we were at your age, I was like introverted as like I was so nervous all the time, just staying at home playing video games, like the biggest nerd.
Because aren't you guys millennials? It's like it's really different. Times are so different.
It's a different generation.
What accepted then is not accepted now. Like it's a lot of morals.
It's so funny because touching base on that, like at work, I had this older customer. She was like an old lady, right, with her granddaughter. She was asking how old I am. Me and my friend. So my friend was my manager that was there. My manager's 23 and I'm 20 as assistant manager, and she was saying, you guys are so young to be managers. Like she was like really like inspired by us, saying she was actually patting our back, saying like, well done on you. Like it's such a big responsibility. She just couldn't believe it of how young we were and having such a big responsibility, like having the title of manager, like it's so big. So I think it's so different to what the older generation have experienced.
I feel like with this generation, you're growing up so fast. So you got like
you do grow up so fast.
People sometimes at our age that either look older or younger, but basically we're learning things more quickly. I think it's because of the technology where we have and stuff.
It's more easily accessible. All that information.
Like the amount of things and platforms you guys have that you could use as tools is just exponential, like compared to what we had back then. You have your phones now that it's pretty much like a second brain. Like you have everything that you need, whereas us, we probably had needed like encyclopedias and the
library,
the library.
Bro, that goes. It hits different going to the library.
It does, right? But like.
I like the library.
I'm like seeing 4-year-olds with iPads. I was like, that was not me when I was 4. I just wanted to run outside.
Yeah, exactly right.
Slowly changing.
Slowly changing. Are you guys fearful of this, or is it something you're embracing?
Honestly, I find it really scary. Like what you just said, like 4-year-olds having iPads. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. My 4-year-old cousin has an Apple Watch.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Huh?
I just got an Apple Watch.
This is my watch.
2 weeks ago?
Wow.
No way.
It's crazy.
What the 4-year-old need with an Apple Watch?
Don't know. Like, don't
That's
even know.
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I like there's some like parts like that as an example is scary, but you know it's also a good thing having this technology like helping us live life a bit more easier.
Yeah.
But also there's a lot of pros and cons to it with
100%.
technology.
It's like a mix of both, honestly. Yeah.
It is.
Because like we're so used to like back at my childhood, you know, we like what you guys said, we're going libraries, we're playing outside. Like now it's just more technology based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. I want to go back with this childhood thing because you know you experienced that with Lim, the meditation,
Yeah.
and how we talked about in the podcast about having our inner child, 7-year-old in us. We all have that. We're all still kids, just in a different body, right? Same body, but just older and more grown up with more responsibility. What did that? If you remember, what was that inner child in you guys? Like, what would that inner child want? What would that inner child want to be? If you could, you know.
Well, that's a really difficult one. I have to like literally channel my inner 7-year-old.
What was your childhood like?
It was not easy, to be honest. It was not an easy ride. I dealt with stuff much younger and also growing up. Opened a bit to my closest friends. I don't think I'll open it up about it now because as of recently I've been healing from it, you know. But all I could say is that I wouldn't change anything. When I was 7, I would just tell my 7-year-old like just really look ahead, like look where you're going to be in the next 10, 15 years. You're not going to be at that same position. You're not going to be feeling that way. You're not going to be feeling scared anymore.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
That's so powerful, man.
Wow. Yeah.
What about you, Kayla?
I think telling my 10-year-old self, I'd say, you know, try and be a bit more confident. I know it took me a while, well, not too long. I'm still young, but like I would tell my 10-year-old self, just be a bit more confident. Put yourself out there. Don't be afraid what people are going to think.
Yeah.
And just do what you feels good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like when I think about it now, it's like I've overcome a lot. Even with this year as well. This year has to be I've experienced the very worst and I've experienced the very best as of recent.
Yeah.
And I look back at my younger selves because I like wrote a letter to like my 5-year-old self because that's when a lot of fucked up shit happened. And I feel like I made that younger self proud.
That's it.
Like where I am today, I'm not taking shit from anyone.
That's it.
I really am living my dream and really, as of recent, started to value myself a lot more.
100%.
That's good.
And being beyond the terrible shit that has happened. Could always grow from it.
Yeah, it's really inspiring.
Okiru.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
It's really inspiring, like listening to people like yourself
Yeah.
who went through such bad situations and being able to get out of that and just become a better person.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's like for myself, like I know that I haven't experienced as bad of a situation, but seeing you've almost gone beyond that. Like more than the usual person, you build up the resilience, you become more
At first,
powerful.
I was gonna like prove it to those people that have done it, like done terrible shit to me. I'm gonna be beyond this, but it's more about proving yourself to not fully overcome it, but to grow from it. To really raise yourself up.
Yes.
And be like, I'm waking up every day. That's a blessing enough.
Yes.
You know?
That's it.
100%.
Yeah.
Love the.
Oh God, are you crying?
Seriously,
Don't
like,
cry.
I'm okay.
You're very
But no, like seriously, it's like it's very inspiring to hear that from you guys. You know, if I was your age and I met you guys, I would have been like so inspired because looking back, you know, what 6 years ago, I was your age. 6 years ago, I was no purpose in life, just so lost. I didn't know what to do. And I see you guys, you're very passionate about what you do. You have a direction in life. And you know, that's what we want to do. We want to empower the young generation now, and you could do that with what you guys are doing, right? You guys are incredibly inspirational, and the work you put in, the stuff you put in through the stuff you've done for us in a short period of time, that is a lot of so much value to us, and you guys have so much more value to give. You know, you guys are. We can see it in you. You guys have
we're baddies.
Yeah, you guys are baddies. You guys got a bright future, man. But you just gotta stay steady. Like, remember who you are and your values. And going back to that, like, you know, what are your values? What do you guys value in life?
That's a hard question.
Exactly, it's on the spot. What I value in life is being free to be who you are and not having anyone tell you differently. And always, I don't know how to put this in a sentence, but I live life every day like a warrior. Like, you're always gonna face battles, you're gonna face rewards, and you're gonna face the worst as well. Be prepared for it and think of it as a grateful opportunity, because I see the terrible shit that has happened this year, you know, really brought me to the blessings that I'm currently experiencing right now. So you got to be grateful for the worst as well.
That's it.
100%.
That's
What about you,
great,
Kayla?
I think what I value most is just being strong, and it's kind of great because, you know, I really value my mental health as well. Okiru. You know, I really do value my my mental health because I know I get stressed so easily, and you know, I take a step when I get stressed. One of the things I do to like just de-stress is take a step back, just breathe, and just tell yourself, hey, like why are you stressing out? This is, you know, this God didn't put you on earth, you know, just to get this assignment done.
Exactly.
Like, you know, there's so much more to life than just, oh my gosh, this assignment's 2 days late.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's just, you have to I take a step back and tell myself, why am I here? And for me, I think finding out what's your purpose on earth, it's really helpful, because if I'm like in trouble or anything, I always just take a moment and be like, Kayla, just stop. Like, there's so much more to life. Just stop. Like,
True.
I can say that I'm what you said. I'm a warrior.
Yeah,
that's it.
I am a warrior. And looking back at all of the bad experiences that I've experienced, it's hard, but like from like now, I've learned from all this experience. I've learned now that for me, like I can tell my kids this as well, and for myself when I. Future Kayla, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. Like, just be strong, be confident, and if you're facing something hard and stressful, just take a step back and breathe. Breathing's so important. And what you guys are really like passionate about, you know, treating yourself as well. You're always telling me and Pat, like, you know, you were stressed with uni, treat yourself.
You gotta treat yourself.
Yeah, Pat treats himself to dinner like by himself sometimes.
That's awesome.
That's good.
Whatever,
Take yourself on dates, guys. Romance yourself.
For
whatever
sure.
it may be, just you have to have that quality time to treat yourself as well. Like on Sundays, I usually do like my skincare routine, like a full in-depth, like a Korean face mask and all that. That's my ritual. That's one of my rituals. You know, every Sunday is a pamper night for me. So yeah, it's just finding like what makes you feel good in times of stress.
You got me too to always uplift you. Going back and forth on Messenger. We got this. Don't worry.
And having powerful friends that are just gonna empower you as well, and uplift you from that too.
That's it, man. There's no room for.
That's what I've
there's no room for hurtful and harmful words, man. Like you never know what the impact you could do on someone just with the words you say. And so with so when people buy anything, we have these little cards, and it's got like a section where you can write something, and it's so people can bring value to someone, you know, might say unsaid words that you've never said to anyone. And that's what we really want to do is, you know, our words are so powerful, and once they're said, you can't take it back. So we have to be watchful and mindful of what we say. But yeah, you know.
Yeah, it's
Even
not
to-
just sorry.
Sorry.
It's not just the card, you know. You never know, that card could be saving someone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You never know.
Mm.
You know, you don't. Everyone you walk past you don't know what they've gone through. You don't know their
Exactly.
personal
Mm.
life.
True.
So yeah, I think mental health is so important.
Mm.
That's what I value most.
Yeah.
Because it all just stems from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like we have the power to be positive as well.
100%.
Like you can choose to be negative, but also think about what you're trying to spread through this world. That's why, even though people have done me wrong,
Yeah.
I always hope for the best and happiness for them.
100%.
Mm.
Like no one deserves to live through misery.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
That
100%.
takes a lot of strength,
Yeah, so-
man.
It
yeah, you
does,
gotta
it
have to
does.
have power
Mm.
through that.
Quagmire.
Can I also add?
Yes, please.
Add to that question of what I value most.
Mm.
I really do value my faith
Mm.
in God, being Catholic as well.
Yeah.
And you know, since oh my God, I'm stuttering.
No, it's fine. No,
It's okay.
you're really good.
You got
Seriously.
this, you got this,
You got this.
Okay.
You're doing
Take
really
two.
well. You're doing really well.
You got this.
So yeah, I think another value that I have is my faith in God. Growing up in a religious background with my grandparents and my parents, that did play a strong factor in believing myself
Yeah.
and the way I see things in life. Especially being in a youth group, that just opened up my eyes to so many more things as well. Having new friends, bringing out my confidence, being able to like talk to an audience confidently, that just really helped me so much. So religion is such a big thing for me as well. That's what I value most, because in times of stress as well, I look to God and I rely on God as well.
That's it.
Having your God is really important for me. Yeah.
Having that spiritual connection. I think it's so important.
Mm.
But yeah, like I'm right now, for me, I'm on that journey of that, finding that spiritual connection. You know, but it's a good journey to
Yeah,
have.
true. It's not an overnight thing.
Exactly.
It's a process. It's a exercise. It's not a race. It's a marathon.
Exactly. Exactly right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, if you're stressing about something, I think about God. It's like, you know, God didn't put you here just to do this assignment or, you know, pay the bills. You know, it's not all about money. You're here for an actual reason.
100%.
It's not just for the money. These are all just, you know, things that are put into place because of, you know, humankind.
Definitely.
But spiritually, you're not here just for that.
True.
Exactly.
And also
That's
not
what
to
helps-
expect
yeah.
the worst as well.
Mm.
Just always, if you're gonna expect the worst, flip it.
Mm.
Think about the endless possibilities
Right.
out of every situation.
You know, it's those expectations can turn into fear, and it's just what are you fearing about? That's something that hasn't even happened yet. You know,
Yeah,
it's just a
exactly.
potential, right? Yeah, and faith is definitely important. When you allow yourself to, one thing I heard in a book, it was when you have that worry and you give that worry to something else, it relieves that burden. And that's what it means to have that spiritual connection with the Creator, is you can have that trust. All right, I know I'm going to be all right if I just let this go. What am I worrying about? You know,
Sure.
sometimes the worry is what will kill us.
Right. More than the actual thing.
Exactly.
Itself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, you're a bit tense there.
Yeah, that's really good. No, you guys are so, you know, chill. I'm like here, like sweating my balls, like, you know.
Why are you sweating? Why are you sweating?
I'm nervous. You guys are making me nervous, you know.
Yeah, it's just so good.
Like, you guys are so good. Maybe
This is
you
so
guys should
confident.
leave this podcast now, you know. Like, but yeah. Anyway, going to the topics that you put down. We already covered quite a bit without even
I know.
looking at this, right? Putting yourself
smooth.
first. Yeah, very smooth.
Yeah.
This is what we do. We
Smooth
have these
transitions.
Smooth
Really
Really
transitions,
good,
right?
yeah. Wow, my podcast was compared to this. Just the way you're asking questions, it just runs so smoothly.
Yeah.
The way I was like asking, I was like, question number 2.
I'm
Question
so
number
sorry,
1.
Phoebe. I got you. Next time.
Well, you know, this is what we try to do, right? We're still practicing. We're still young as communicators, you know.
Yeah.
We're only, like 6 months into the podcast?
Yeah.
Maybe even a bit longer.
Mm.
So we have a lot of growth, but we can see from the first time we did a podcast to where we are now, we can definitely see it's
getting smoother.
Yeah, it's getting smoother.
Yeah.
There's improvements there. You know, it's that's why I say it's good to leave the raw edits in without edits, because when you look back and you're just like, I remember Gerald and I were like, oh, bro, like, I'm saying this word too much. Oh, bro,
Yeah.
I sound so, I'm saying this word too much. I'm saying,
Like, it doesn't even feel like a genuine podcast episode.
It just
It's
feels
more
like
like
a
a discussion.
Yeah, that's what it is.
As it
That's
should
right.
be. I know
That's
that's
how it should
right.
be. That's how it should be.
Mm.
But anyway, we'll go to this so we can cover it. Putting yourself first. We did that. But you had this being a good selfish and versus a bad selfish. What do you mean by that?
Oh, good selfish. Like being oh gosh. I wish I could like be that person, right? And all that. Being like a good selfish, like doing stuff for yourself versus doing things for oh gosh. Like good selfish person.
Well, I had this discussion with a friend the other day. So there's this spectrum, right? There's selfish. Just imagine this like a graph. Selfish and unselfish.
Yeah.
Selfless,
Mm.
right? If you're too selfish, you're caring too much about yourself but not caring enough about others.
Yeah.
If you're too unselfish, you're caring too much about others and not caring enough about yourself.
Mhm.
It's about finding yourself in the middle of that spectrum.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Somewhere in between.
Mhm.
Because both are bad.
Yeah.
Anything, well, if you put it this way, when they say everything in moderation, it works for everything.
Yeah.
Too much of something is always going to be bad.
Mhm.
Too much of being unselfish, bad. Too much of being selfish, definitely bad. It's about finding that balance in all things you do.
So like
right?
good selfish, just putting yourself first and caring about yourself more.
Mm.
But to an overload extent where you just don't give a shit about anyone near you and it's just doing more harm, that's
Right.
bad selfish.
Uh-huh. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it brings harm to other people, that's when it becomes.
Yes.
That's when you
I-
stop.
If it turns egotistic, then that's bad selfish. Get out.
100%.
I'll show you the door, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. That's good.
So how could you, how would you build that, do you reckon? Finding that balance in between being
Mm.
selfish enough to yourself where you're taking care of who you are, but also being kind enough that you care for others.
I think if you look at the outcomes, like if you're being so selfish and disrespectful to your parents, like look at the result. You've got a bad relationship with your parents. But then, if it's a good selfish, doing something for yourself that's not going to please everyone, but it's good for you and you feel good about it, then look at the outcome. If they're not going to support you to what your decisions are, then
Right.
it's a good selfish. It's going to be a positive outcome for you. Yeah.
True.
I love that about it's so outcome focused. That's
Yeah.
amazing, man. Like that's such a good mindset to have. Seriously, it is, because if you keep that vision in front of you and you know what you're doing it for, like what's going to deter you? Nothing.
True.
Because I have this goal that I'm focusing on. But yeah, sorry, I just broke that that topic. I just wanted to point that out. I was like, outcome focused. Very nice, very nice.
Like Kayla mentioned before, I think good selfish is doing self-care, taking care of yourself.
Exactly.
I think you need that in order for people to see your best self.
Yeah.
You gotta rejuvenate, you gotta rest, you gotta also relax.
Exactly.
Yeah, there have been many times where I'm asked to go out with people, and it's like I really do, but also like I need time for myself. Like I don't just want to go out to please you. Obviously, I want to go out with you.
Yeah,
but if I
pretty
really need a
much.
day to just take care of myself, then I'll do it. It's not being selfish, it's not, you're not ditching the boys, whatever.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah.
I see it as a good selfishness. You're taking care of yourself. There's always next time. It's not like you can never go out with them again.
100%.
To, like I said, whoa.
It's all right. You
got this, girl, it's fine.
You got this. Don't worry.
Yeah. Like I said, one of my values was my mental health. So that's where that stems from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because at the end of the day, are these people going to make the time for you? The real ones will make the time for you. If not, then they're not real ones. They're not your true friends. And I've really learnt this year to really put yourself first before anyone else, because I feel like prior to present time, I was putting everyone on a pedestal. I was basically looking after everyone else but myself. And recently I've kind of discovered about just looking after yourself and all that, and it's very beneficial to not just you but to other people. They can really see your best self, but again, it's all gotta matter up to you, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to always take care of yourself.
Yeah.
100%.
Because the hard part about it is when you're outside with other people, you put on this
You're
thing
bringing
with
bad
you.
energy.
Literally.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And who knows, you might take it out on them.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
then, they don't understand what you're going through. But then it's kind of not your fault, but like you should have just taken the time to you need the time to step back and just reflect on yourself and have that detox time.
True.
Mm.
Because I'm quite a party animal. People are used to seeing party animal
party
Zujin. Literally,
Yeah.
party animal Zujin during the first half of the year. I didn't really have that time for myself to really grow. It's always drink up, let's go party. And I kind of use that as well as an escapism, which is not good.
Definitely.
Just to escape from my problems. And now I face my problems head on
It's good.
in order to sleep better.
I'm just so awe of you guys. Seriously, I'm just like, what?
Yeah. I wonder, because
What?
at such a young age, how did, because for us, I guess back then, mental health wasn't really a topic that was brought up a lot.
Yeah,
And so now
definitely.
you're seeing it a lot in social media. They're bringing up that topic. So I guess that's the one thing that you guys are seeing and you can implement into your own lives. And
Yeah.
Wait, can I just ask, how old are you guys?
I'm 32.
You don't have to include that. I just want to
I'm
know.
32.
Dang, Kayla, you're so rude.
How dare you?
Just for reference, like,
Oh.
you're speaking like as if I don't know.
I'm old.
like-
He's much
I'm
younger.
pretty young.
I'm
Like,
32.
Okay, yeah.
26.
Yeah.
32, 26. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's
pretty
not-
young. Yeah.
But like I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
Mm.
and you guys at 20, I'm saying
Yeah.
when I was
Okay,
20
yeah.
years old, I was just Call of
Yeah.
Duty every night for
Yeah.
like 8 hours,
Maple Story.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was on that.
I'd rather do that.
No, trust me, you don't. It's so toxic.
It's bad.
Seriously, it's bad.
I used to
Terrible.
love Maple Story.
Oh, Maple Story was but it was so bad because you'll be on it, and then at the end of the after a few years, you're like, oh, what happened to that time?
What happened to
My
that time?
level 120 assassin is still sitting on that server.
Our master prestige.
Master, yeah. What am I gonna do with that?
200 days of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, there's still people like that at our age, with League of Legends
Yeah.
and Fortnite and all that.
I don't, yeah.
I'm not taking that away from anyone.
Yeah.
If that's what you
Yeah.
want to do,
Yeah.
go pursue it. But for us, where we're going in life, and then to see where you guys are and your mindsets are, it's just incredibly inspiring. Because that's something we're only really
There's a
discovering
contrast.
ourselves.
There's a contrast.
there's a contrast, right? So you guys say mental health is important to you guys. When did you realize that this was something I needed to really value for my life?
Oh gosh.
Honestly, VC.
Yeah.
Start of VC. That's when I was like, this is mental health coming in. Like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I think start of year 11, year 12, when I started doing VC, I was like getting stressed and I was crying all the time. And then that's when I realized oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, why am I crying? Start taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
It's not being selfish here. It's just you need to take care of yourself in order to be strong. That's just where I started, focusing on my mental health from VCE because that's where obviously VC adds on a lot of stress to your life.
It does.
It's pretty unnecessary.
Yeah, that's just where I found that mental health is actually really important. And then also seeing people
You're doing great, seriously.
Don't worry, girl. You got this.
You got this.
You got this. You got this.
Is there a behind the scenes?
No, this is gonna go on the Spotify. So you can see, I'm so giggly and stuttering. I need to work on that. No, I'm just joking. If you want, we can edit this. It's okay.
I just lost what I was saying.
No, you're doing really good. You're doing really good. We're talking about
VC.
Okay.
VC.
All right, let's take a deep breath.
Liam, where are you? Liam, where are you?
Oh man, you should have came to that yoga practice.
I know.
Man.
I
That was
wanted
really
to.
good. Yeah, you guys should have came next time because sorry to break the topic, but yeah. So what Lim really wants to do is he wants to do yoga sessions for community and the youth, and really show them what the value is in doing yoga.
Mhm.
It was- yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, if we ever get another session, we'll let you guys know, and if you guys are free, we'll set something up, or if it's something, maybe we can plan it. You know, if you have connections with the younger generation, right? And if we plan something and we organize it with Lim, would you guys be able to help us to organize something?
My friend
to
would
do that?
definitely want
Right.
to try this out.
Because I think that's what Lim really wants to do. Is he really wants to expose this to the younger people.
Yeah.
And you know, I only got into yoga very recently, and it's helped me exponentially just to find, you know, peace in myself. And it's just helped my body just feel so much better, especially with weightlifting and all the other stuff. But yeah, it was a really good session. Like, he started with a meditation with deep breaths, and then we started to get into movements, and he ended it just the way he ended the guided meditation with the, you know, maybe stay grounded, maybe speak the truth and all that jazz. But it was a really good experience. But anyway, let's go back to Kayla. She remembers.
What was the question?
VC, you're talking about. Oh yeah, how did you guys realize the importance of mental health in your lives?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On that.
Oh no! All right, deep breath.
But yeah, also with mental health, I've realized that it's really important also through seeing my friends and seeing what they go through and knowing about their personal life. Once you understand what people are going through, that's when you understand, like, oh my gosh, like, mental health is so important. So yeah, understanding what your friends are going through as well, and not comparing, but just seeing what, like, you know, if you're stressed about money or something, like paying for, I don't know, car registration. There are people. me. You know, there are actually people out there struggling paying their bills. Like, I'm struggling paying a car, but there are actually families struggling to pay for their mortgages for their kids, right? So yeah, mental health. I opened my eyes seeing my friends struggle with their personal lives, and that that made me realize how important it is.
Yeah. Let's go back into the podcast. Okay, where were we? So we were discussing how we want to. Wait, where did the podcast?
I think it was just when did you decide? When did you find? When you realized mental health
is important.
Yeah.
Right. All right, we'll talk about that. But I want to go back to this communication because
We're just talking about like how this podcast, like what we do for our assignment.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So you guys are in retail. So what is it like, you know, communicating with people at your jobs and interacting with people daily? Oh, daily or often? Is it hard?
Honestly, because sorry.
No, you go. I was still thinking.
Working at Boost Shoes and then working in a fashion store, it's so different, obviously. If you work in fast food, you would know, you'd understand, right? With retail, it's just, there's so much talking. It's more than what you do in fast food. Because, you know, in fast food, you're making stuff. You're not talking to anyone, really. Not as much as retail, right? So yeah, when I started this new job at my retail company, because I haven't worked in retail in so long. I've been at Boost Juice for 4 years.
Right.
And it made me realize, like, I'm not used to talking a lot at work. Like, it's opened up my eyes, I've realized how much I need to actually talk to customers, because at Boost, you know, you're making drinks, right? You know, unless you're serving at the register, then But, you know, with retail, you need to sell. You need to sell the product, right? So you need to have that communication skill.
Right. And
I can see it with, you know, co-workers that I have at the company that I work for. You can see like who struggles with communication, because it stands out. Like you see the quiet employees that don't really greet the customers and all that. That's like that's when you realize, you know, communication is so important in retail, and being able to sell, being that, you know, really good salesperson. I think communication is like the number one skill to have in any industry. Anything, right? Yeah. So if you can communicate, but you're really trash at everything else, you'd be really good, because
you still get up there.
Because you're about building relationships, right? If you have really good communication skills, you can build relationships.
Yeah, no, I was watching him.
Sorry, guys, I just got distracted by quags. Anyway, just communication skills are just so valuable, right? And someone who's like me growing up, I was a very shy and nervous kid talking to anyone. To build this skill now, I'm realizing, man, I wish I was more of a confident communicator, because that would have helped me with a lot of things. And seeing you guys, man, you know, you have so much more growth to go with communication, and you guys are really do it really well. Like, you know, what's it like communicating with just normal people every day that you don't know, and how do you make those sales? How do you create those connections in such a short period of time?
I was lucky enough to have a history of just retail jobs. Like I didn't do fast food or anything, but I've learned a lot on how to maximize those sales, and it's to be very what's that word? Empathetic.
Right.
And also catering to a customer's need and their want. So fusing both of them together. Because I think a way to make a sale is like, yes, the customer wants this, but also they need this as well with this feature or whatever. One retail sales maximizing story I had was not too long ago, the last time I had a shift, and there was this lady who had a last minute purchase for a birthday party for a little boy, and she was like, well, I need this all to be matched up and stuff. It's like, lady, you don't need to match up all of this. I think it still looks good if it's mixed, you know?
Yeah.
And also if you, for example, there was these tech fleece shorts.
Yeah.
And I was like, look at the pockets and all that. It looks very trendy right now. You gotta really think outside the box on how to market each piece. For example, if you're working in fashion, you gotta market that verbally. And it's hard. It definitely is hard, but like, again, think outside the box. Think about the features.
Sorry.
Oh, good.
Do you guys go through training for that type of communication, or is it just learn as you continue to talk to other people? You do, I shouldn't do this. And
I got mine from uni. I got my training from uni.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about you, but at my work, we've got like a process. What you do is greet, investigate why are they in the store, style them, you know, give them outfit options, and then accessorize to add additional, like, I don't know, headband to their outfit. And then the farewell, you know, serving them at the register, and then saying, you know, bye, you know. And then I think all those 5 steps is what we do at our company. But obviously it's different for every other retail store, but those are really important because I don't know about you, but I hate walking to a retail store where the workers see you and they don't greet you instantly. Like, that just makes me want to get out of there. Like, what the hell? I feel so unwelcome here. What's wrong?
That's true.
Did I just do something wrong? Like, I don't know. That just, greeting the customers is so important. And then, so maximizing sales by just investigating why they're in the store in the first place. You know, being like, oh, can I help you with anything? Are you looking for anything specific? And you'd be surprised, you know, a lot of them say like, oh, no, I'm just having a browse. But then a lot of them are like, oh, I actually need help with this, you know, it's Christmas, I need a present. They want the help. So it's taking the initiative to ask why, like, what do they need help? Even though you feel like they're just browsing, you know, they don't know what your store is. It's taking the initiative to just say, like, do you need help?
It's so similar, because like the way you try and make a sale is similar to us, but I think being creative and being natural with it, don't think of it as like a process and you do step 1, step 2. Like, make it genuine.
Don't create fake relationships. They're instantly, a customer will know, you know, like, they'll know, like, you're selling me this bag, even if you think it's ugly. You know what I mean? Like,
should we like act out a scenario?
Please do.
How would you serve me? How would you? Okay, I'm looking around.
Hi, were you looking for anything specific today?
I'm looking for like a workout leggings. Like, do you know any good ones?
I can recommend you to the Flex leggings. So these are really good fabric. They're really stretchy, and they provide I don't know about you, but do you like a more curvier hip? Like, do you like things that shape your body?
Whatever's comfortable, honestly.
Yeah, I'd say give these ones a go. If you want to go to the change room, I can help you out in some different sizes.
All right, cool.
So that actually comes with the set. Do you want to see the matching top for that?
Oh yes, please.
So that's styling. You're adding more products to their cart, right? And then, you know, they try it on and all that. And then I'd be like, oh, that actually, you know, that would look nice with this necklace. Do you want to try the necklace with it? yeah, it's accessorizing.
All right.
I mean, I don't mind.
So this is a rapid fire session
Yeah.
of what it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
to be in retail. So if
Yeah.
you're in retail,
Take some-
listen
take some
intently.
notes
Take
right
some
now.
notes right now.
Yeah, what do you think of this outfit that I've provided for you?
What's the price tag? What's the total
Well,
price of it all?
Well, you actually get 10% off if you sign up with us.
All
Do
right,
you want to do
cool.
that?
Yeah. Can I afterpay it?
Honestly, yeah. And here's a $20 gift voucher for next time you come in. You have to spend a minimum of $100 and you get $20 off. So come back in next time as well.
Oh, sweet.
So that's the farewell
Wow.
part. That's the farewell
Yeah.
stage. You know, saying goodbye,
Well
but then
done.
bringing them back in, to come, you know, making them come back for, like next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So this is this is what it's like in retail
Yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
I've never
I-
worked in retail.
Yeah,
ever in my
I think it's time
life.
for us to
You
take
work in
notes,
retail?
man.
You work in retail?
I've never worked in.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you're
You
so
worked in retail?
close.
No, never.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Technically, y'all doing retail.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
technically.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
guys.
We're waiting for that one day we have our own store
Our
and
own
then we
store.
can
Oh.
do that in
And then
person.
we'll hire Kayla as our
Yeah. As our
manager.
All right, guys.
So
she's gonna
Kayla,
train
can you train everyone?
But yeah, with that, I just think building like
Mm.
a real relationship with your
Yeah.
customer and understanding what their wants and needs
Yeah.
are. So saying what Pat said about
True.
wants and needs.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
also, like with customers, yeah, they will get attracted to you if you actually enjoy being there.
Yeah.
Like with me,
Mm.
when I'm at my work, we play such good tracks, man. I'm always dancing around bopping, you
Oh
know?
my god, same.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have a
that's how you
hot girl
attract
summer
them.
playlist at work.
Yeah!
Such a vibe.
Yeah, I think every time I go into a retail store, the ones that I feel like I enjoy being there is when the person is genuine with their
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
me.
Energy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because I can tell when they're reading just a script or they're just saying
Yeah.
it just to say hi.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, oh.
You don't want to be approached by a worker that's just like, you know,
Hi,
they're
how
folding
you
the garments and they're like, oh, how are you today?
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you need help
No.
with anything?
You're more persuaded by someone that's enjoying what they're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then it,
Mm.
like if they're happy and if they feel comfortable in their outfit, then it makes you want to buy that outfit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To those that want to work retail, just be you.
Just be you. Just
I'll
be
be
you
like,
guys.
hey, how you doing? I reckon these shorts and these shoes. Get
That's
it.
another thing.
Yeah.
Retail needs a lot of enthusiasm.
Yeah.
You need
Literally.
enthusiasm.
Mm.
Yeah.
You
And
do.
energy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Caffeinate.
That's me every morning. Every time I open the store, I go to Starbucks because it's right across the road.
Nice.
Send a discount.
Oh, you work at that store. I think I've
High
seen this.
Point.
Yeah, I think I've seen that store.
The one where it's like, it's not, it just opened on Friday.
Oh, it's just open to find. Damn,
Oh,
I thought I
wrong
saw. Is it on the corner?
Where, you know where Build-A-Bear used to be?
Yes.
Oh,
That's where we
Downstairs
are.
next to
Oh.
AFL store.
Yeah.
Damn.
Next to the new Foot Locker.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool.
Mm.
I'm sad they closed down Build-A-Bear, but good on you.
They're taking over, man. They're taking over. How has the stuff that you've learned through retail translated in your life? Like, has it helped building connections with anyone?
It just helped with confidence and
Right.
talking to strangers and all that.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, I would have never imagined, because my first job was a retail job, and that was when I was like 17, 18 at that time. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have been going out and all
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
Wouldn't have the confidence to. Now it's
Yeah.
like, okay, anyone can be my friend. Like, this is kind of bad, but just like treating, like, I don't know how to put this into words, but when you serve customers and all that,
Yeah.
it's basically the same when you meet new people.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
What do you mean by that?
It's like you want to get to know them better, yeah? So you just
Right.
casually, not casually, but enthusiastically try to
Okay.
get to know them better and all that.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
you treat them like a customer and then just build that
Okay.
friendship up, you know?
Right.
Build that
Yeah,
relationship.
I don't know if
Relationship.
it makes sense.
I think don't treat them like a customer. Just build a relationship with them, like so
Yeah.
you can build that connection and help them with their needs and
Yeah.
their wants. Right.
Mm. Yeah.
What about you, Kayla?
Well, with this new job that I have in retail, it's allowed me to network with the fashion community because I've become friends with my manager. She's young like me as well. She's only 23. And she's the manager, and we're only 3 years apart.
Yeah.
So I'm getting along really well with her. I've become really I've got a good communication. I've got a good relationship with my area manager as well. And it's also allowed me to meet the founder of the company.
Wow.
So where I work at, it's called Exy.
Yeah.
And so it's founded by Christina Exy, it's her surname. So I've actually met her before, and I connected her with her on LinkedIn straight away. I was like, I gotta add her just in case.
Yeah.
So yeah, and especially with my area manager, because she interviewed me to be a sales assistant, right?
Yeah.
She's the one that offered me the opportunity to be a assistant manager because she really liked my interview. So I think networking with them as well, it's gonna help me.
Yeah.
I really think it will help me, especially because I've met them before.
Yeah.
I think especially adding, guys, you need to have LinkedIn. LinkedIn helps so much as well.
Literally.
Yeah. Having Christina, like the founder, connected with me. Oh my god! I'm just so excited to say
It's okay.
Being connected with the founder of the company on LinkedIn, it's gonna help as well for me. I think because if I want to if I'm gonna be very serious about this and I want to work in her support office, I can always just message her on LinkedIn and be like, "Do you need a marketing assistant or anything?" Yeah. So I think that's my next step, to be honest. I think that's one of my goals. I think after being an assistant manager, I want to connect with her and she'll remember me because, we've added each other on LinkedIn.
Exactly.
And it's, providing a network for me. Yeah.
Now it's just you taking the initiative and just being, hey, can I take you out for coffee or something?
Yeah. Just
have
being
a
like,
talk.
can we, just get a coffee, chat a bit. Yeah.
And, maybe it doesn't even have to be assistant marketing. You could even get a bigger role.
Yeah.
Right? So just, that's why it's so important to build those networks and build those connections, because you never know who you could be connected to. My missus was telling me about a story with her job. Sadly, this almost ended in a fight, but but I'll tell the story anyway because it's a good example of how networking is so important. So with her work, they have this contractor with a writer, and she was doing work for them, and they looked at her LinkedIn, and she was a software engineer or something like that as her background, and their company was looking for a software engineer, and they saw that and they're like, wait, hold on a second, she's a software engineer and she can do all the things that is required. Let's connect with her, message her, give her a call, and let's do an interview with her. And where that leads to, I don't know, but it's just those thin threads that we don't realize that can potentially lead us to different opportunities. It's just like what Kayla said, saying yes to it and then just taking the leap of faith, right?
Just putting yourself out there.
Exactly.
Even with our uni class, I'm so grateful that we are also able to get along and be close, because literally that's our network too.
We've even LinkedIn, we've connected with our lecturers too. Literally. Just in case, because you never know what.
You never know.
Because there's an offer with one of our classmates. She had an offer. It's like there's people needed for Chanel during the Christmas time. I didn't take it because I'm too attached to my JP family. I love them too much. But it's networking is really important, and you'll never know who you might come across.
Exactly.
And also it's growing all the time. So you meet one person and you go straight to another.
Exactly right.
It grows rapidly, surprisingly.
It really does.
Even if it's just that, I don't know, 1 minute connection with them. Even if it's just that one instant connection with them, oh my gosh. Even if it's just that 1 minute connection with them, that can just help. It can open doors for you, especially if you're adding them on LinkedIn. They'll remember who you are. And you'd be surprised with what that networking can do. You never know. Your manager could help you be freaking founder of something else. You know what I mean?
Exactly. You never know.
Yeah.
So if you had an opportunity and you had 1 minute to connect with someone, how would you connect with them? What would you do?
You've
your
got
first
to sell
impression?
yourself. It's like an interview. It's like a resume in 1 minute.
Oh gosh,
that's hard.
It's probably present the same way as I did with my last ever presentation. It was a comedy act.
You've
I
got to like
mean,
seriously
speaking
build
of
a
fees,
proposal
that's
for
good.
yourself.
But one of
Be
the
like-
one of the things, just hearing you guys talk about connecting with other people,
Mm.
one of the things I really admire about you guys is that you realize now that you don't put people on this certain pedestal
Yeah.
where they're unreachable. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people, when you say, "Oh, I'm going to connect with this CEO or whatever, of this entrepreneur or whatever," they're too unattainable. I'm not going to reach out because I'm too
Yeah,
afraid. They're just
true.
going to reject me.
It's
Mm.
all
Mm.
about like how can you benefit them and how they can benefit you.
Mm.
Yeah.
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 But it's not like it's also not putting that
Pressure
on yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if it happens, it happens. But also, I'm not going to be afraid to reach out to this person and
Exactly.
take that
Yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'm not going to. Oh, I really wanted to do this one thing. Like, what do you call it? Go into this company. I'm not going to reach out to the CEO or something because of my confidence. I was
Yeah.
lacking confidence to do that.
Mm.
But you guys are like, yeah, I'm going to reach out. I'm going to network with these other
True.
people, which is
That's
really.
why I say, like, just be open to anything.
Yeah.
Just
Mm.
say yes, you can do it. Just say yes to anything because
Yeah.
you surprise yourself every day.
True.
You don't know what you're capable of.
Exactly.
Yes.
Like I still every day I learn something about myself every single day.
Literally.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mm.
I think that's what Lim did, man. You know, he was finding a job, reached out to the CEO of a company.
Mm.
Mm.
He didn't have an expectation.
Just taking that initiative to do,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah.
the part of you believes, oh my god, they're not gonna reply to me.
Yeah.
Mm.
You never know.
Yeah,
You
you never know.
honestly
Honestly,
never
that
know.
was my fault when I messaged you guys about Okiru. I was like, will these people accept me? I'm kind of different. But you never know.
You never know.
Mm.
Yeah.
You're just gonna take the
Yeah.
leap of faith,
Mm.
right?
Mm.
So you guys mentioned about you guys learned something about yourself every day. What
Mm.
did you learn about yourselves today?
Gosh.
Let me go first.
Do you wanna go first? It's not necessarily about learning something every day. It's about what do you love about yourself every day.
I love that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you don't have to learn about.
Yeah.
You don't have to
That's a good way
learn new
frame
things
it.
every day. I
Exactly.
mean, you never stop learning. But what I'm grateful for and what I love about myself is just being able to overcome adversity. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I always reflect, like I used to cry about being like by feeling shitty and all that. But now when I cry about the prosperity, the abundance that is currently in my life right now.
Mm.
Like I'm so grateful.
Mm.
Like it kind of overwhelms me,
Mm.
but it overwhelms me in such a good way where I'm like, you don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It's like I feel like I've accomplished
Yeah.
what I've manifested
Yeah.
Wow.
from
Mm.
April, because April was a bad
Mm.
time.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think you were there too. Like,
I think you told me
listen-
briefly.
Yeah, briefly. But that time I was very depressed, suicidal,
Mm.
and I didn't like. Then again, you gotta have that time for yourself, and I didn't give myself a chance till maybe I didn't have a job.
Yeah.
I was unemployed for about like 6 months, and that was the main reason why I was depressed. I was like, how am I gonna make bread?
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
Well, we're proud and happy that
Yeah.
you're still
Yes.
alive, man. That you're
Yes.
still here
Mm.
and you're making
Yeah.
that bread and you're making
Yeah.
things happen.
True.
Mm.
That's what it is, man.
Yes.
Very proud.
Yeah.
What about you, Kayla?
What was the question? Sorry.
What did you learn today?
Mm.
Oh well, it's the same. It's kind of the same one I've learned today, other day. But like,
Yeah.
sort of, I'm learning. What I'm learning more about myself is that I can really sell. I can actually, yeah. I think because today I had a customer who walked in and just wanted to buy this one top, which was like $60.
Yeah.
She walked out spending $430.
Holy.
With just by me styling and accessorizing her up.
Damn.
Mm.
Big profits.
You're dangerous, girl. You're dangerous.
Dangerous.
You're dangerous, man.
Big profits, yeah. And it was, it's not like I was, selling these things because, I have a sales margin to meet.
Yeah.
I was selling these things because I think they look good on her. Like,
Mm.
that's what I mean. Like, building, like, having that really good and honest customer relationship is really good as
Yeah.
well.
That's it.
So yeah, for me today, I just realized like, oh my god, am I capable? I can't believe I just did that. Like,
Yeah.
I really did that, and I'm doing it more often now. So yeah, what I've learned is that I can actually sell. So
Mm.
thanks to fashion marketing.
Damn.
Yes.
Watch out for Kayla, guys. She's
Watch
she's
out.
coming. She's coming to get your money. She's coming to get your money.
Trying to make those sales.
That's why I was like, when we had that marketing interview,
Yeah.
not interview, the marketing meeting, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was just us three.
Yeah.
Mm.
and you were like asking for my input, I was like kind of nervous because I'm so young and I'm telling you guys what to do. Not what to do, but like I'm giving you my feedback.
Yeah.
I was like nervous, but also confident in my suggestions because, you know, it's like
They're
I'm
really
a young
good
girl
suggestions.
giving, you know,
But
all
it's
the
important though.
guys.
Your feedback's important.
100%. Yeah.
Look, one thing I realized, you know, I'm part of these other mentorship groups, and you see how much value young people can provide, and we underestimate them.
Yes.
You know, I think
100%.
we've been ingrained in this culture that, for me specifically, is that, I'm older than you, I know more than you, I'm wiser than you, I'm more
Literally.
knowledgeable than you. But
Mm.
really, man, we have to listen to our children because,
Mm.
and the people
Yeah.
below us, because sometimes they add a perspective that we don't really see.
100%.
So,
Mm.
you know, that's why we reached out to you. We asked you because we know you do marketing.
Yeah.
That's what you studied.
Yeah.
So we're gonna ask you about
Yeah.
what, because we're gonna be really, we're more into marketing, man. Like we know nothing.
Yeah.
So, you know, to have that trust in you, and you provided some really good stuff, like
Yes.
valuable stuff
Mm.
that we have looked at, and we're planning for next year as well.
Mm.
Like even you,
Mm.
Zujin, the
Yeah.
stuff that you've provided, the value you've
Mm.
given us, it's gonna help us with what's happening next year.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
I'm
you
glad.
know, be confident in what you
Yeah.
guys can
Mm.
provide,
Yeah.
and you guys have the knowledge.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
You just have to own it.
It was
Yeah.
nerve-wracking for me because, you know, finishing our degree, right, I'm actually applying what we've learned to an actual like legitimate business.
Yeah.
And that's what's so nerve-wracking. Like
Mm.
I was giving you the stuff that I've learned
Mm.
and applying it to an actual business, and it's something I've never done before. So
Right.
when you asked to
Same.
do like a marketing meeting, I was like, I didn't really know how to propose it to you. Like, I mean, I did. I was not so confident, even though I told you everything, like all my feedback and what I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because I'm passionate about, like, you know, I really like I will. I really like your brand, and I think it's a really good concept. So obviously, I want to help you guys.
Thank you.
So
Thank
yeah,
you.
I provided
Like,
all the marketing feedback that I think would be.
it was really good
valuable.
feedback, and we appreciate it. Your honesty and your genuineness
Yeah.
and transparency. That's what we want,
Mm.
right? We're not
Mm.
perfect. We have a lot of growth
Yeah.
to do.
Mm.
And like we said, you know, you guys are free to come on board. If you guys need experience or anything, like just let us know, and we'll give you something to give experience on, to add to your portfolio, to your experience,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't have to end at your internship with the uni. Like if you guys still need stuff, we can give you experience. You know, if you want to be a part of the design process, just let us know. Hey,
Yeah.
can I improve my folio by helping you? Yes, come on board. Is there any marketing projects I can work on so that I can build on my experience? Yes, come on board. Let's do it. Right? It's about helping each other, helping each other grow. Right? We have the tools, we have the platform for it.
Mm.
You know, you guys can just have to ask for it. You know, and
Mm.
that's it. That's it. You just have to take initiative and just be like, hey, is there anything I can work on for you guys, or blah blah blah, whatever.
Mm.
Right?
Mm.
Yeah. Also, just on that note, I'm still planning the thing with Christian.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I know-
awesome. Like,
I know,
thank you.
I know our internship's finished, but like
Yeah.
I want him to like collaborate with you guys.
Yeah.
So
100%.
I'm still organizing that with him. But
Thanks
yeah.
for that.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate that.
It's okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Many blessings from you guys.
Mm.
Should we close this out? It's
Yeah.
getting pretty late. I want to go to this last thing though on the list, but then we'll also go with a few more questions.
Mm.
Finding inspiration, right? How do you guys get inspired? Where do you find your inspiration? What fuels you?
I don't know about you, but for me, I look at people who are already successful with their career and their lifestyle and their happiness, their mental health.
Yeah.
Seeing all that makes me want to be a bit more successful, and it pushes me to, you know, keep going through life and to not give up. And, you know, not just looking at like the influencers that I follow on Instagram, because I know there's a double standard. Like there's like stuff, you know, nothing's perfect on Instagram, right?
Yeah. Mm.
But, you know, just looking at like, for example, the founder of the company that I work for, it's like she was a university student at RMIT, and then she's created like this brand that's just it's amazing. Like seeing seeing successful people already helps me want to be like them and pushes me to, you know, oh my god, like it makes me believe that this can be done.
Yeah,
Can
be.
And having my parents as well it pushes me to, you know, make them happy too.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Or you know what's even better than just having success, like looking at successful people, man, is just really connecting with them and being in the environment as much as you can. That's so important. When you feed off their energy and take advantage of that, that's where you get the most value. Right?
Even just looking at Okiru, like I know like it's not like freaking JD Sports or whatever. They're not a big company or whatever, but like what you guys have achieved so far, it's amazing to see. Like to me, like you guys are really successful with this brand. Like you do have the fans. You have really good products as well. So it's a good business. Yeah, and you guys are an inspiration to me too. Yeah, not just the well-known popular people on Instagram, whatever. People like you have a small online business, but it takes a lot of work. I understand all the work that needs to be put into it. Yeah. So you guys do count as an inspiration too as well.
Like you guys don't think about yourselves. You think about how people are going to react to it. You try so hard to identify with the consumers, and it really worked. That's when I found Okiru, I was like, damn, I could do a lot with them.
We appreciate that. That means a lot.
Take that to heart, guys.
I understand like all the hard work that gets put into a business. Like even if it's not even classifying your business as small, medium, large, whatever. It's what you put into it. Like you guys have done really well.
Thank you.
And there's so much potential. There's so much potential.
You know, like so many people think, oh, it's just easy.
It's not easy. I understand.
It's not easy, man. Like the amount of work we put into this, it's sometimes we're just like, that's why for the period where I spoke to Joe, we're like, man, let's have a break. Let's stop on meetings. We can still do podcasts. We'll still do social media, but we'll halt our meetings and doing any heavy work, and we'll come back strong the next year because it's important for us to have that relaxing period and to reset, right? Because like it was hard, especially he had a lot of planning for your wedding and then a lot of life stuff happens. So it's hard to balance everything.
Because the other thing is we're doing this on the side on top of everything else. So there's like after other jobs and from a 9 to 5 or 6 to 3, we jump straight onto doing Okiru stuff.
Exactly.
And it's like sometimes you're in the midnight just working and you have to wake up the next morning for work and stuff. It's crazy.
Exactly.
You gotta make time for yourselves as well.
Yeah.
You guys have lives.
Of course. That's why I told you Friday nights for me is date night, so I'm not gonna be here for Friday.
For sure.
And then that's it. Like, and then he has sometimes Sundays or whatever. It's having those cadences set for us that we really follow.
True.
But what about you, Zujin? What inspires you?
It's a lot. Inspiration's really broad for me, but I feel like what inspires me the most are what I wake up to every day. I wake up to my family. I wake up to really good friends. It's kind of cliche, but I'm just grateful how life is right now. I think these people are what fuel me every day to wake up every morning to face the day. And even with my JD family too, I enjoy working there. This is the first time I've actually felt a fulfillment working at a place where I feel very accepted and I could have fun. That's the workplace I'd want to be around. That's the work environment I want to be around as well.
That's what you want. Environment plays a big part in that. It really does.
100%.
All right, let's close this out. So we have 3 questions that we end our podcast with. What are you grateful for? What have you realized? And what is a question you want to ask yourself or, to listeners? Who wants to go first?
That's the first question.
All right, we'll go first question first. Oh, what are you grateful for? I'm completely blacked out for a second. What are you grateful for?
Oh, me? For me.
Okay. What I'm grateful for is obviously my family. Like they were the main source that pushed me to graduate because both sides of my family, they don't have one person that's graduated a uni bachelor or whatever. The furthest they've done with education is high school. So for me, it was making myself and my family proud, breaking the curse of no one being able to graduate from uni. So I'm grateful for my family because they really did inspire me to finish this course, do it for them, but also for me. And I'm also just grateful to be here and grateful for all the opportunities that come my way. And it's like there's so many things that that come up unexpectedly, but I'm grateful for everything that comes my way. And like I said, I value saying yes to everything, being open to everything.
Yeah.
And
What I'm grateful for is the people that are in my life, good or bad, you know, and that period where I hit rock bottom, feel like it was a very eye-opening experience to what's going on with my present now. I am able to love myself, put myself first, and to really see my worth.
Yeah.
Not really have people walk all over me and be scared of opportunities. Like Kayla said, keep saying yes. And to also, every day I feel very fulfilled, definitely. It's much of a contrast to what has happened 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second question, what have you realized?
I've realized I was a bad bitch.
Damn right you are. That's it.
such a cut answer. I'm surprised that you just said it.
That's Pat, man. That's Pat.
I don't know. Oh well, yeah. I've realized like I'm a good salesperson.
Yeah. That's right. That's it. That's right.
Yeah, with all the sales that I've accomplished for the company I work for, it's like, where's my clap? Like,
Let's go. That's it, Kayla.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I've realized that like I can actually sell.
Yeah. You can sell.
That's good that I'm in marketing.
That's it. That's
But
what
to elaborate being a bad bitch, I realized I'm very fearless now.
Yeah.
And just being, just being who I am, just being unapologetic about it and opening new horizons and being beyond the limits of a lot of things. That's a bad bitch.
Yeah. That's it, man. That's it.
That's good.
Final question. What's a question you want to ask yourself or people listening?
A question.
Yeah.
To ask myself and people listening.
Or people listening.
Yeah.
Just a question. This is a usually a difficult one that people don't get.
What are some examples? Of
Some
that?
examples is like, how do you want to live? What is your legacy?
Who am I?
Who
What's
am
Lim's one?
I? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a very big one.
Mm-mm.
Or like, those type of questions. It could even be like, how much can I smoke today? Who was that? Roland. Roland said that. How much do I want to smoke tonight?
I'll be best friends with him.
Oh my god. That's really hard.
I know.
How about this? What's a reflective question you ask yourself? Like, how do you reflect on your life, or
How do you make gold out of everything?
how do you make gold out of everything?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's meaneful though,
Midas
because
touch.
with the hardships,
Yeah.
Um,
I like this.
when you make diamonds, it's full of pressure, dirt, and all that, and that's what I've went through earlier this year, and even years prior. And the diamond now is the life you're living, the life that you manifested for yourself. So, with the dirt and pressure, what can you make out of that?
Yeah. I like that. I like that answer, man. I thought it was just very surface level, and then you put it deeper. It was like, wow, like there's value in everything in life that happens. The good, the bad, all the experiences that we have. We can create gold and we can create diamonds out of that.
What would you tattoo on your wrist? That's another question.
What would you tattoo? Like, I was thinking about getting a tattoo. I'm just like, it's a big investment, right? I don't want to get the wrong one. I don't get a laser surgery, Would you get a tattoo? What tattoo would you get?
I've been planning to get one for a long time. Like, I want to get a butterfly with sunflowers on it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we're open to evolving into something beautiful.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Damn, that's deep.
Yeah.
Deep introspection, bro.
And I love sunflowers. Yeah.
What about you, Kayla? What's the question? Have you thought of one?
For me, it's, if I were to ask myself, it's like, how can you make every day meaningful? Because I feel like I don't know. I'm very like self-motivated,
Yeah.
and I say that passionately and confidently because I believe I am, and I feel like every day if I don't do something, it's like what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
I just feel so unmotivated if I don't do something, even if it's just
True.
vacuuming my room or
Yeah.
making my bed, something like just making your bed. Just like for me, that's it's something like you've just done something. It's not wasting a day.
Exactly.
And every morning I actually write a list of things I need to do, and this stuff I need to do for Okiru, like the marketing stuff I still need to do, the feminine marketing stuff. I notice I need to do that still, but yeah, I do make a list every
I
day.
got some stuff too.
It's all good, guys.
It's alright, guys.
It's
Don't
alright.
stress
No
out
stress.
about this. You guys just
Oh, yeah.
finish uni,
Oh,
yeah?
yeah.
Like, you don't need to stress about this. Seriously.
Could also ask the audience, do you want a necklace with that?
Literally.
But yeah, that is a
Yeah.
very. I like these questions,
Yeah.
man.
I wake up every day and just because I do write a list of things I need to do, and
Yeah.
I try to get as much of it done as possible. Even if it's just one thing off the
Yeah.
list or two, it makes me feel so much better at the end of the day. Because I know there are days where I don't do anything at all, and
Exactly.
by the time it's nighttime and I'm in bed, I'm like, what the hell did I do today?
Yeah, same.
I mean, you do need those days that are off, like you need to relax and all that. But
Yeah.
I personally I feel more better about myself if I do something that's gonna.
But yeah, was there anything else you wanted to add to that? Yeah, that was really good. But yeah, thank you guys for joining us on the podcast. Like, seriously, after hearing you guys in this episode, I'm really inspired. I'm at awe by you guys and your mindset that you have and the drive and passion that you guys have in the things that you're doing, and just seeing how happy you guys are with where you're at. Like, that's such a big thing, because a lot of people are so, I don't want to say dissatisfied, because dissatisfied is actually good, but they're just so, they hate where they are in life and they're doing anything about it. But you guys are taking action, and that takes a lot of courage and a lot of energy to do, and a lot of initiative. So mad respect to you guys. And you guys have just finished uni. You guys have a bright future ahead of you guys. Just seeing the work that you've done and are doing, you guys are incredible. You guys are incredible young guys that can help inspire others, right? And you guys will do that, no doubt, with the things that you're doing.
Can I
So-
say something?
For sure.
Okay. Every Friday it's Club Envy, so use my guest list, Pat Zujin.
That's it. Make sure you're gonna have fun at the end of the week, right? Make sure.
Literally, party up with me.
I'm actually
I know the dance floor.
I'm going clubbing this Sunday. I get to go to
I want to
celebrate. To actually celebrate our uni.
That's it.
completion.
That's it, guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Also, this is the first episode we had a female guest, so thank you, Kayla, for joining on. You blessed this podcast, right? That's it. It's such a great honor to be with you guys, and thank you guys for
Gerald's
listening.
here.
Yes,
Gerald's
I'm
here.
back.
Gerald's back. But anyway, really appreciate you guys coming on and spending this time with us.
Yes.
We hope
Good,
you guys
yeah.
found value out of our discussion, and always take care, always stay safe, and always get up. Peace. Woo!
Okiru.